Hey, this is Peggy with Easy Peasy Machine Embroidery, and I am in MySewNet software, and the topic is changing your thread cache to reflect an instruction rather than a thread color. And this is what I'm talking about. You can see that where you would normally see a thread, the name of the thread and the color, you see that it is an applique and it is a placement line. It's telling you to stitch the fabric down. It's telling you to stitch an applique. That the next thing is an applique stitch. The next is a placement line. You're going to stitch the fabric down, then you're going to do an applique stitch, and this is actually a color, and it is the fill of the bunny paws, and that's how that works. So let's begin. So what we're going to do is go into configure, and we're going to go into utilities and into our thread cache and into your thread database. And you can see that I have gone ahead and made a thread cache that I called applique. And to do that, over here, there is, if you scroll over all these items, it will tell you what they do. And so to add a new database, you just click on this little icon with the plus sign and name it. And I named this applique. And what I did is I went and picked a color. Actually, I picked a thread that I don't normally use. And you can do that with show all thread ranges. So I picked a color that I wouldn't normally use, and I sent it over into my thread applique database. And then you click on that color and you go down to where it says edit thread. And what you have to do is where it says the thread number, you tell it what instruction you want, and the very top where it says thread number and thread name have to say the exact same thing. Okay, and that's how that's done. So for instance, there's my placement line. It says it on both of those lines. Everything else is totally disregarded. Okay, stitch fabric down and trim. Stitch fabric down, trim on both lines. So I do my direction on the top line and then copy and paste it on the second line to make sure that they say the exact same thing. Another thing I'm going to say is if you choose a color, for instance, and I don't know what color it was anymore, but I chose a thread that was some kind of a twist and it had two colors. And even though I had the direction there, it still showed one of those colors. And I couldn't figure out why it was still saying a color instead of an instruction. Then I went back and I saw that when I actually looked at that thread, there was two colors involved in the threads. So watch that. Okay, so that is how it is done. And when you scroll through your design panel, to look at to bring up the color to see what it is, it will actually tell you what it is rather than the color. When you go to print out your directions, so page 2, and we can see this is the old file. You can see what I was talking about. I used a color called Bracken, and that was a thread that had two colors. It was some kind of a twist or a blend or something. So that was the old file, and I changed it. And we can go file, and we would go open and actually go to the new file. This one, And now you can see that that color has been removed and replaced with this one, and we're good to go. And I would actually get rid of this one, Moonbeam, because we're not using it. Okay, so that's the video on how to do that. Okay, catch you later. Bye.